Welcome back to Yoga Express, your virtual stretch clinic that helps you move the body to still the mind. In case you're wondering where the 3 ohms at the beginning of our program disappeared, we've decided that for the episodes where Harinam Singh Khalsa, our special guest, comes on with us on air, he has this beautiful body music that he's allowed us to play through the program while we do the stretching. So we're going to save, I think there's quite a few ohms in there too, right?
There's a few ohms.
There are a few
Actually,
ohms.
O-N-G
Ohm,
for us. Ohm.
right. And actually that's something I want you to throw some light on in just a moment. To my extreme right, we have Lana Pa. Lana, you're very sporting. You're back for more punishment with Harinam. Harinam has been an amazingly supportive teacher. Lana and I were a little afraid, and I know I had good reason to be afraid because I've been on Harinam's episode several times before. I know you really help work every single bone and muscle in our body, Harinam. But he did, in the last episode that Harinam was with us on air, he did such a great job with Lana and, of course, me. He couldn't control me cheating a little bit now and then, but he did such a good job. Lana decided to come back. Lana, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here.
It's lovely to have you back.
Appreciate it.
Josiane Hurd, thanks once again for holding the fort for us. Josiane is our director for today and hopefully for several more episodes to come. Malik Parker, our facilitator in the studios. Malik is responsible for setting up the studio lights, the sound system, and these episodes are taped in the studios of Manhattan Neighborhood Network. We air 5 days a week, Monday through Friday on Time Warner 57, RCN 84, and FIOS 35. That's at 1:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 in the afternoon Eastern Time. Yogaxpress also has a website. If you'd ever like to find out our taping schedule and our airing schedule, go to yogaexpress.com. Every now and then you'll see that website on the screen. Right now you have our special guest's details on the screen at the bottom left, Harinam Singh Khalsa. Harinam, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Banu.
What did you think, other than me cheating, what did you think of our efforts in the last episode?
Well, in particular, the last episode, and now she's back again, I felt particularly inspired by our sister Lana here.
Right.
And it actually, it made me think a little bit about my own father, who he got on in years and he was closer to 90. I think now Lana's about 75 and my dad was about 90. And his last few years were very challenging, and he had Parkinson's disease, and he was really, really deteriorating. And he was very distraught on how he was really losing kind of mastery and control over the body that he had his whole life. And it really made me think of one of the paradoxes of religious or spiritual life, in that, yes, we're doing a physical yoga, and yet I often was saying to my dad in his last years, as he was kind of spiraling in this and feeling distraught, and that my message to him was always that we're not our body. And that's funny, yet we're working our body. It's one of the paradoxes, and yet I was always saying, we're not our body. That's not who you are. That's just your vehicle for now.
Right.
And then I mentioned to Lana between our sets that I was telling Lana that, in this kind of yoga, although it is physical, really what it's about is our will. Right. Our volition to do something.
Building mental discipline.
Mental discipline and spiritual discipline,
Right.
and self-worth. And you're just going to bring what you can, and the body's kind of coming along with it. But it's one of the paradoxes because, of course, this is a physical discipline, yet at the end of the day, the physical is that we're actually not our body, which is very paradoxical.
I love that we express that.
Can I just say that I have Parkinson's too, and I'd forgotten about it until you mentioned it.
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's all right. I'm being treated for it, and I think this is helping me a lot.
Oh, definitely.
Thank you, bless you.
A few of Harinam's episodes, and you'll be right back on your feet. I think you're doing great.
Because it's a very scary thing,
I'm sure, yeah.
But that's the thing to remember, though, always, is that, people say, there's a common thing that is you're as young as you feel. But actually, from a yogi's point of view, you're as timeless as you are, that you're not even young, you're actually timeless. And so you see yourself in terms of not just being young, but actually being birthless and deathless. And that you're actually feeling that infinite, and then that's really, again,
the sense of infinity.
This is where actually, again, this is a very physical, in the moment yoga,
Right,
but it actually brings you to a point where you can actually experience the timelessness of yourself.
It brings to mind, in India we believe that sages many thousands of years ago would live to be 400 years. And I'm thinking maybe that's what it is about, slowing the body, slowing the mind, and sort of stretching. You know how we have, I don't know if you've heard of this, but in yoga we believe that every human life, barring any unnatural interventions like disease or accidents, we are entitled to a certain number of breaths. So let's say we are entitled to 500 million breaths. If we learn to slow our breath down, we're actually extending our lifespan. Right.
And even from the psychological point of view, I've really found myself that every day of my life now actually seems like 10 years. That every moment is so full.
So precious,
So
yeah.
it feels like for me now, I just turned 60. But
Congratulations.
Or condolences, but
Oh, come on.
but I just turned 60, but I actually feel like I've been here for a few hundred years.
Right.
Because there's just so much that
Your experiences are so intense that you're able
every
to.
every moment is so rich
That's
that it just
beautiful.
seems. And this is what we really kind of eventually want to use this as a vehicle so that we have a different experience of actually who we are.
You should speak to my son, because when I tried telling him about this 500 million breaths thing, he said, Mom, but all they did in those days was breathe. So that's not all they did. He
Well, it
said,
sounds like he has a future as a comedian as well.
oh, well. I couldn't believe he said that, but, I think you should speak with him. I have to get him on the show.
All right,
So what do you have
terrific.
planned for us today?
Again, like the last class, I think this will be kind of just kind of a quick work through that we're going to do a lot of different postures, and it'll be energetic but not overly demanding.
All right.
And to give you again an example of just kind of doing some moving here.
Give us a little, before we get started, throw a little bit of light on why you said, and you said this in passing in the last episode. Can you explain a little more so our viewers understand? Why was Kundalini Yoga yoga of the warriors?
Well, if you study the history of yoga, you'll understand that yoga developed as an ascetic discipline.
Practice,
Now it's on every corner next to McDonald's.
Right.
Right. But back when, if you actually study the history of yoga, it was developed and practiced by people who were ascetics, monks who lived in caves, who begging bowls away from society. That's actually what its roots were. And so somewhere along the process, there were people who said, actually the practice of yoga and the physical and mental discipline is very helpful, but why don't we make this applicable to people who we would call both warriors and householders, people who are in the world, who have families, who have jobs, who have to go off to fight wars or whatever, and how to create a yoga that could be practiced not by people who want to get away from the world, but people who actually want to be productive in the world but have this state of consciousness. So that's really the roots of this, which was really kind of a revolutionary way of looking at things.
Right, it is. Now that you put things in perspective, we're all yours.
Okay, very
At your
good.
mercy.
And again, we're going to quickly do this chant we start every Kundalini Yoga class with,
Yes.
is Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo means I bow to the Creator. Guru Dev Namo means I bow to the teacher within myself. And just very quickly, as you were asking me, because I had mentioned you were talking about Om and
Right.
Ong.
Right.
Now, again, Om, like people Om, you've heard this, but actually Om is kind of a vibratory
Right.
chant
It's more physiological.
that puts you into contact with the divine, but it's actually a very etheric chant. So again, it were ascetics who actually were non-worldly. Ong, which is more like O-N-G,
Right.
Ong, and your head kind of vibrates when you do it correctly, was actually, again, developed in this system to experience the divine, but in the finite. And that's the difference. So rather than it being kind of like a spacey Om, it's kind of a very worldly Om.
So it
which-
almost sounds like gong. which
exactly,
is vibratory.
exactly,
Oh.
exactly. So it's while it's very divine, it's also grounding.
Right.
That's why we. So that's to. So
I
it's
like
like
that.
it's like the divine, the infinite, but actually in the world. So that's why we
I
use
like
that. Okay. So very quickly. So inhale, exhale, and inhale. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Inhale and exhale. And just for one moment, I think it's worth saying for the audience out there, it seems like we're chanting some strange thing from another planet. But actually, it's good to know, and in all aspects of your life, it's good to know that, again, what the history of this is. This has been practiced by people over thousands of years. And in doing this, in addition to everything else, we're really trying to show our respect and reverence for all those people who were before us, who gave us something. So this is what we would call the golden chain, that this connects us to all the teachers who've been really teaching this for thousands of years. So it gives us humility as well. Okay.
Keep it unbroken.
Okay, keep the chain unbroken.
Absolutely.
Exactly, that's the idea. We're sitting up straight. We're going to start out with a pranayama, very short. So we're going to take our hands like a karate chop and just cover your right nostril with your thumb. And eyes shut, and just breathe long and deep through the left nostril. Just the left nostril. Long and deep. And maybe we could raise the music up a little bit. And this is just a little bit. This is by somebody called Waheguru Kar. And again, as in other episodes, I've mentioned that this type of music is very helpful to integrate the experience. Maybe a little bit down, yeah. Okay, now cover the left nostril with the pinky, and now so turn the wrist and cover the left nostril with the pinky, and now long and deep breathing through the right nostril. Inhale, exhale, and now if you would, lower your hands, make fists of the hands except for the thumbs. Stick the thumb out. So I've got fists, but the thumb's out. And I'm going to lift my arms up to 45 degrees, just like this, so there's an arc, right? Just like so. And now we're going to do this very rapid breathing from the navel point and through the nostrils, called breath of fire. And as you're doing this, imagine you're creating energy, you're creating fire. And imagine that you're creating this beautiful like rainbow from thumb to thumb.
My train needs coal again.
Okay, and if you can, we're shoveling some coal into Banu's train here. Okay, keep up. And this is a good example at home. Banu's running out of gas here because she is not letting the breath come in after the exhale. So
okay.
she keeps coming up for air. But actually it's equal. It's in and out, in and out, in and out, very quickly, very quickly. Now it sounds like she's doing right. Sometimes it's too much in and then it's out. But now it sounds like she's letting the navel point work, and I can actually hear she's much closer to the ideal there. Okay, inhale. Hold and exhale. You slowly lower the arms. Very good. Okay, now let's come up. We're going to do Banu's. I call this Banu's favorite. This is called frog pose. She wants at least one frog pose in every sore the next morning.
That's
I know,
right.
I do too. Okay. So let's begin. Okay, inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. And continue. Very good. Everybody's moving. Again, Lana's very inspiring doing this. You know, she, having walked through this life as long as she has, the body's kind of a little betraying her, but even so, she's working it, she's moving, and the important thing is to keep moving so we don't get stiff. When we get stiff, that's when the problems set in. As long as we keep moving, the body's meant to move. Okay, now inhale. Exhale, now come standing up. Okay, there we go. Okay, and now we're going to do, and again, everybody's going to do it within their limitations, okay? So I'm going to inhale, lean back, and exhale, I'm going to try to touch the floor with my palms. And if you can, just come down as far as you can. So inhaling up, exhaling down. And you want to feel that stretch in the back of your legs. You don't want to bend your knees. The thing is to come down as far as you can with the legs straight. Very good. Inhale back and exhale forward. Great. So again, like in a lot of the Kundalini Yoga postures, we are putting together movement and breath. Okay, 30 more seconds. Very nice. Inhaling back and exhaling forward. Inhaling back and exhaling forward. A few more seconds. And inhale up. Very good. Exhale down and come down to the floor.
That feels great on
Yeah,
the
is that
spine.
great? It's very good. I love that movement. And then we're down, and the next position is we're lying down, and we're going to lift our legs up to 45 degrees with breath of fire. Just like so. And tightening. You lie down if you can. Whoop, look out for your head. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'll move. There we go. And try to keep your legs at 45 degrees. Lana gets the elder's discount here because she gets a break. She's a little high. But 45 degrees and head down on the floor is ideal. And then you're keeping, Banu's cheating, but she's entitled to at least one. She's the host of the show.
Oh, no, I shouldn't be cheating when my legs are getting tired.
Another 15 seconds. Beautiful. Lana, you can see how inspiring she is, and she's challenged in these ways, but she's absolutely strong. Inhale and
burns.
exhale down. Okay, and can exhale down.
That's a
Very
good
slowly.
burn.
And now,
Wow.
are you familiar with shoulder stand?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we're gonna roll in, and Lana, this may be tough for you, but if you can do it, fine. If not, do the best you can. We're gonna roll back and come up into shoulder stand, just like so. So you're gonna straighten the body and put the hands underneath the...
You know what? Maybe I'll put my head towards the camera.
Yes, that's right. It's maybe your better side. Okay.
Because
There
my
we go,
right.
there we go. And very good. And Lana's given a very good demonstration too. That's the best she can do, but she's actually rolling on the spine and keeping her legs up. And if she keeps practicing, she'll actually someday be able to actually totally straighten out. But even this is very good. Okay, another 30 seconds. Okay, you can over another 30 seconds. Almost there.
This music can be so relaxing in shoulder stand. I think we should be able to hold.
And slowly come down. Okay, roll out of it. And from there, we're going to come rolling onto our stomachs. Okay. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is something called half boat pose. So I'm gonna lift up my left ankle. I'm gonna reach back with my right hand.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
and I'm just gonna pull up my left leg. And I'm gonna keep my chin on the floor. Okay, do the best you can with this, okay? Just a few seconds.
So left leg,
Left leg,
right hand.
hand. Right hand on the left ankle, and just pick up your left leg if you can. And again, Lana's moving, doing a great job. Even if you could just lift your left ankle up, Lana, and just kind of reach back for it. Even if you can't totally reach it, that's okay. And now switch legs. Now I'm going to bring my right ankle up. I'm going to bring my right ankle up towards the ceiling. And I'm going to get my left hand. Exactly. Just pull up the right leg with the left hand. Okay, now both. Now grab both back. Now grab your left ankle with your left hand and the right ankle with the right hand. And come marching up. This is called boho. This is the heads up now. And Lana, what you can do is just try to bring your heels up and just stretch your head up, and that's a very nice stretch for you. Perfect. That's a very good stretch. Very, very helpful. And if you're getting a little stretch in your spine, there you go. Lift your head up and look up. But that's beautiful. Keep stretching.
I like the way you keep your eyes on everyone just looking straight ahead. How do you do that?
I have actually 6 eyes. It's many years of yoga practice. You start
How
developing.
big are your classes?
Huh?
How big are your classes? Your typical?
My typical classes, it depends where I'm teaching. I mean, sometimes,
I know
they
you
could
have at
be
least 30, 40 people.
30, 40, sometimes
Wow.
a couple of hundred.
So you need 40 pairs
I
of
need
eyes.
40 pairs of eyes. Okay, inhale up and exhale down. Good. Now we're going to move into another position. We're going to sit with our legs straight out. This is also going to be a very pleasant move. Okay, now grab forward. Okay, now I'm going to grab my toes. Okay, so this is the inhale. And exhale, I'm going to try to push my chest towards my knees. Inhale up, exhale down. This is a nice stretch. Inhale up, exhale down, up, exhale down. So this is a movement. So I'm inhaling up, and then I'm pushing down like from the hips. I'm stretching, inhaling up, stretching. Very good, Lana. That's excellent. And I'm folding from the waist. So it's not just dropping your head. I'm trying to fold in at the waist. Okay, now inhale up and pull back on the toes. Straighten the spine so you're feeling a stretch in the back of your legs. And inhale and pull back on the toes. And release. Now come sitting on your heels. If you can. Again, we're just kind of rushing through these lines, so don't feel pressured. We're moving as we can. So I'm sitting up straight, and the hands are on the thighs. Very good, very good. That's fine. Anything you're doing is fine. You're doing a great job. From here, we're going to move into camel pose again. Did that last week, and again, just go back a little. Don't go all the way back, because that may be too much for you. We're going to go and do breath of fire. And again, breath of fire. Breath of fire is very rapid breathing. Exhale and come back to what we call easy pose, which is simple cross-legged position. And if you're having trouble doing that, the closest you can come to that. And then we're going to put our hands together, overhead and stretch. Long, deep breathing. Exhale, lower the arms. Beautiful. Now coming onto the back. And we did this last class We're going to finish the last exercise with stretch pose. Stretch pose again is my heels are together. I'm going to point my toes 6 inches off the ground. I'm going to lift my head 6 inches off the ground. I'm going to point my hands towards the toes and breath of fire. Very good. Keep up, keep up. This is like one of the quintessential Kundalini yoga postures. This is good for everything. This gives you a lot of energy, strengthens your nervous system, balances you. It's really a fantastic exercise to do. Again, breathing very, very powerfully from the navel point. Banu, don't quit on me. You don't get a pass. My other partner here does. Okay? Okay then, inhale and exhale down and relax. And we have the credits running, so we probably have a minute or two here. But just relax for a few seconds and we can say goodbye.
Whew. That last one.
And normally if we do a set again, I
Takes a
shorten
lot
it.
of abdominals.
Yes, a lot of abdominals.
Right.
Normally a
Right.
set like this would be about an hour. We shortened it to 20 minutes. And normally also after we do a set like this, we're going to actually lay out maybe for 10 minutes
Right.
and let all the energy kind of flow. And so we don't have the time to do that. But at home, if you have a chance to see this again and do the set and extend the times, give yourself a little present and you can lay out for 10 minutes afterwards.
So just think of the reward.
Yeah, there's always the reward.
So we can walk.
It's always the reward. That's the best part. That's the best part of the set for me.
I think I really need to work on my abdominals because they're not strong enough to hold it. And I'm just thinking if I did the full class
That's
with
right.
you.
3 minutes for each of those. Yeah.
Wow. Lana, you ready to come with me?
Well, she did great. Her
She did
her
really
abdominals
well.
are actually pretty
I am
strong.
so humbled. Honestly, Lana, I'm so impressed. Those of you who want to reach out to Harinam Singh Khalsa. Harinam is a spiritual teacher and counselor. You have his credits right there at the bottom left of the screen. Please do reach out. Send your questions, your queries, your comments, suggestions, whatever you want to hear him talk about, whichever health aspect you want to talk about, I want him to talk about, please feel free. You can also come here and stretch with us. On behalf of Lana Par, our special guest, Harinam Singh Khalsa, and this is Banu Suresh signing off, and you are watching Yoga Express. How did I improve a little bit today?
Oh, you
I know
better
I was
every time. You
terrible.
better
I
every
was terrible.
time.
I was
No,
so
no.
humble just watching Lana.
Yeah, Lana is humbling
She
all
did
of us.
really well.
Yeah,
She did really well.
I was watching her and I was thinking of my dad, thinking, boy, if he had only had started doing this earlier.
Right.
But, and it wasn't until it was like too late that he even was considering the idea.
Did your dad practice yoga as well?
No, he did not, but he kept talking about it, and by the time he was really talking
Ready
about
to-
it, it was too late.
It was too late.
And it's sad because had he actually, I was always urging him to do this, but later on he was too stiff, and then you get to a point that it's a point of no
We're
return.
going to dedicate this episode to your father. What is his name?
Thank Max.
Max. We're going to dedicate this episode to Max. Thank you so much, Harinam. That was a beautiful episode. Once again, you never cease to amaze me.
Bless you.
I love it. Josiane, if we're good for today, I think we all need to put some coal in our